Hi, I'm Paul from Thousand Petals Yoga. We wanted to let our sweet YouTube community, meaning you all, know about our free 30-day yoga program on the Thousand Petals Yoga membership platform. Today's class is one of the classes in our 30-day program. What makes our 30-day program so unique is that we offer 2 tracks. We have a Mellow Yellow track, which is designed for beginners and those looking to slow things down. And we have our mixed levels track, which is more up-tempo, a little bit spicier, playful vinyasas, lots of good stuff. Use the link in the description below to get not only our free 7-day trial, but an additional 30 days, so 37 days in total for free, to work through the program and also have access to our over 1,200 classes in the membership library. After the 37 days, you'll be automatically enrolled in the membership library, but you can cancel at any time. We're so grateful you're here, and we hope you enjoy class. Let's get going.
So with that, join me in a comfortable seated position. If you have a blanket, you can slip it underneath your hips as I've done so, and join the hands to prayer as you take a moment to close your eyes for 3 deep breaths. Clear the slate as you begin your practice today. Feel that you're part of a greater web of life, the living force of life on the planet right now. What a gift that is. Our practice is a discipline. It's also a joy. It's poetry in motion. It's a healing vessel. It's the way that we can acknowledge how the body and the self are always changing and evolving. And we learn to hold neutral, loving ground there. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. Inhale, stretch your arms wide and overhead like a big circle that you're just surrounding yourself with this beautiful hug. And on your exhale, bring the hands down to center. Once again, inhale, reach as far as you can through your fingertips, stretch your body awake. Exhale, pull the hands down the midline. And we'll come up to standing, keeping that same gesture. Come all the way to the top of your mat, clearing everything else. With your feet hip bone distance, this is our mountain pose. Inhale, circle the arms around, look up. Exhale, pull the hands down the midline, this invisible center. One more time. Inhale, breath comes, movement follows, and we'll fold this time. Bend the knees if you need to. Release the fingertips to the floor or blocks or the front of your shins. On your inhale, lengthen. On your exhale, bow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bring attention to your feet. Make sure they're pointing straight ahead and the second toes parallel as you inhale. Get longer. Exhale, bend the elbows side to side as you fold. This is called Ardha Uttanasana as we open halfway. Inhale. Really stretch the sides of the body, stretch your spine. As you exhale and fold, this is full Uttanasana, strong legs, and press your thighs back, even if you have bent knees. One more breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, full bow. Next, inhale, look forward and step back to dog pose. Look out at your hands. Make sure all your fingers are spreading and your center wrist crease aligns with the outer upper arm. So your hands are wide enough for you to open your chest. Bend the knees and straighten them. Bend and straighten. Spread your toes. Bend a little lower now, almost to the floor. As you straighten your legs, lift your tail to the sky. Bend, hover. Slowly straighten and lift your seat. One more time. We're opening our feet, our hamstrings, our back. Now fully stretch your dog. Working towards straight, move your hips back. From your heart, your upper chest, push down through your arms, stretch your upper body. Have your ears in line with your upper arms and the throat space open to keep the natural curve of your neck. Next, inhale, come into plank. Stack shoulders over your wrists. Push the floor away in your plank pose. Lift the back of the head. Build some heat as well as just clarity in your foundation. Feel where your heels are. Hug them energetically in. Notice how that fires up a little bit more tone in the body. Then lower both knees. Slowly lower your chest. Pointing the toes, stretch your legs long as you inhale up for cobra. First back bend here. You can always go lower, but even if you go higher, keep your elbows slightly bent. Smile across your chest, big breath in. Exhale, lower down. Imagine pulling your way down, lengthen with traction. And then push up to all fours. Turn your seat more to the sky so you're set up to go now into downward dog. Next inhalation, sweep the right leg high. And next exhale, bend and round knee to nose and then step through. You can come on your fingertips in that transition. 1, it will help you get there. And 2, once you come into your high lunge, it's good to be on fingertips. You'll have more room for breath. And now as you look forward, room to square your hips. And that means pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Press into your feet, start to reach your arms in that same circular motion around and up. Palms touch if you can, look up and stretch. Look straight ahead and very slowly bend the back knee almost to the floor. Take a moment there, pull your right hip back, lift your arms, lift your belly, and then lightly place your left knee down. With your left arm, now circle it behind to your pelvis. Press down, scoop your tailbone with your hand. Lift your ribs and chest, lean back a little bit. Take your left hand to the back of your left leg if that's available. Lift your chest. Now reach your left arm all the way up and swim your right arm back. Scoop the tailbone, lift your ribs and chest, look up. Take your hand down, maybe the back of the leg, some of you towards the knee. Wait for your inhale, lift up. On your out breath, twist. So you're using the outer arm against your leg, your hands in prayer. Press down, lengthen your spine. Stay low with the back knee or lift it. On your next inhale, release. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale now, chaturanga, straight line, all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog, lifting your seat to the sky. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, round knee to nose. Feel free to come on fingertips. Step all the way through. So that might help you make that transition. Inhale, circle your arms around. Reach your whole body up. Look up. Maybe palms can touch. Bend more deeply. And now look straight ahead. Keep reaching your side body long. Bend your right knee almost to the floor. Hover, pull your left hip back. And now lightly bring it down. Reach up again. Circle the right arm to the pelvis. Scoop and lift. Look up. Slide the hand perhaps lower. Otherwise, stay where it was. Keep lifting your chest. Reach the right arm around. Left arm back. Switch. Root to rise. Left hand down the back of the leg if that's a good option for you today. One more breath. Lift. Come up on the in-breath. On the out-breath, twist. Hands in prayer. As you press your hands downward, turn your chest upward. Take your head back in space. Feel free to stay low or elevate the back knee. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Inhale to release. Step forward, halfway lift, lengthen out. Give your legs a strong hug. Keep them strong as you bow. Inhale, look forward and circle the arms. Reach up, hands to the heart and release. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold and touch the earth. Make it yours. Make it your prayer. Meditative, open halfway. Step or hop back, downward facing dog. Inhale all the way into upward dog. Toes stay tucked. Thighs are elevated. Unless you need to modify, you can lower them. And make your way downward dog, strong in the belly. Strong push through your hands. Full stretch. Next, inhale. Sweep the right leg high, bend the knee. Open up the hip. Looking straight down, bring your left elbow and forearm down. The right elbow will bend. Take one breath. Lift your top knee, press the floor away, and simultaneously straighten your arms, step the right foot through. Ground your back heel, turning the toes slightly into the middle of the mat, warrior two. Windmill the arms wide. Take a nice deep lunge here. Press into the ground, but rise through the crown. Reverse your warrior, taking the left hand down the side of the back leg, low or high. Right arm in a big full stretch to help bring in space for the breath through the right side body. Parsvakonasana. Bring your right forearm to your thigh in a big stretch with your left arm overhead. Start to turn open. Maybe slide your forearm down to the kneecap and a little beneath the kneecap on the upper shin. Pull back, resist forward. Building good leg strength there. Slow and steady, circle your way back. Downward dog. Keeping toes tucked, wave through upward dog. Wide collarbones. Look up. And downward dog, strong abdomen. Inhale to sweep the left leg and bend the knee. Open your hip to the left, look down, bring your right elbow down. Turn open, hips turn open, gaze to the left. One more breath. Simultaneously lift the right arm, step the left foot through, ground the back heel, set up from the ground up, warrior two. Press deeply down to lunge. Open the body here. Reverse your warrior. So again, the right hand can go down low, or you could keep it higher. Keep bending the front knee. Lift your ribs. Lift your chest like we did in the low lunge. Beautiful. Parsvakonasana. Lean your forearm to your thigh. Right arm overhead. This is not passive here. Reach as if your back heel is digging into the earth and your right wrist is pulling away. Then option, slide your left forearm in front of the kneecap, maybe a little bit lower. That really works your legs. Move your pelvis back, inner thighs back. Tailbone scoops under, turn your chest open. Circle the arms. Now stay with left foot forward, lower your back knee. With your left foot right at the center of the mat, come on the pinky edge of that foot. You can always pull it back. Walk your hands forward. Start to slowly lower your left knee down. Keep the weight of the body right down the middle. Try not to sit in your left hip. Reaching your heart forward, move your right knee back, and then point the back toes, pressing the top of the foot down so you can really feel hugging your outer ankle in. What you do in the periphery affects the core. What your ankle does affects your knee and your hip. If you want a little more, you can walk your hands, your arms out in front and bow. You could also put a block under your forehead. Take one more breath. And we'll step back through downward dog. And then right foot straight down the middle of the mat, between your hands. Lower your left knee. Once again, you're coming on the pinky edge of the foot. You can see here I'm really working to flex my toes and walk the hands forward. This is a great setup, even if you don't go all the way down with your leg. Then push your inner thighs back to the back of the mat and wide as you come into this deep variation of a hip opener, pigeon prep. This is a deeper form, so if it's too much, again, you can bring your front heel back closer to you. From here, move your left knee back, then point the toes. Feel the toes pressing down, the heel hugging in. You could stay on your forearms or walk your arms out in front, or maybe even grab your cozy block under your forehead. Rhythmic breath. Press into your legs. One more breath. Stretch your legs. Walking your hands in, downward facing dog. Bring your left leg forward, pigeon prep again, but the regular style. What that means is you'll bend your knee, come on the side of the shin, and your knee is a little bit wider than the hip. The foot is a little bit more to the right from center, so it's easier. Hooray, right? Good for contrast. Pull your heel closer to your body, point the toes, and your hands could stay on the floor or on blocks in front of you so that you're not leaning forward, but you're actually more upright. Then we start to lift the back foot, point the toes, see if you can work there. Maybe circle around for a thigh stretch. If you can hold the inner foot, look back and guide your heel to your outer hip. If you're back there quite a bit, you can even move your pelvis higher away from the ground to get closer in that connect, which opens over time, of course. Bring the right side of the body forward, chest forward. And then secondary stages, you start to sit into the pose. So your pelvis goes lower, but your heart goes higher. And your hand could transition to your thigh or maybe even reach to the sky. Breathe wherever you're working. This reaching up has some hot sauce to it. Lift your inner body bright. Take another breath. Take your time, downward dog. Feel this good stuff. Really opening up the hips and the thighs here. Second side, right knee comes wider than the hip. Come on your fingertips. Use your props if you wish. Check in, make sure you're not doing this where you're sitting all in your front hip. You're steering the weight to stay right down the middle. Then lift the back foot, point the toes. You might work there the whole time. Perhaps explore reaching back. Look at your heel, line it up with your outer hip. Be true to that alignment, it's for your knee health. And then spin the inner body forward. Left hip forward, left chest forward. One side might feel different. So just be really compassionate with your body. That's totally normal. We're here to work with that, to be curious about that. You could stay where you are or bring your hand to your right thigh or reach your arm all the way up, sinking your hips as you lift your heart. On your out breath, downward facing dog. Celebrate the glory of that. Woo. Then bend the knees and walk slowly, mindfully to your hands. Come into a squat. That means turn your heels in, your toes out. You can bring your hands to prayer. If your heels come up, that's okay right now. We're just holding 2 more breaths. Chest up. Toes up. And then have a seat and recline all the way back for bridge pose. Feet are outer hip distance to give your lower back and pelvis some space here for safe and effective opening. Organize your feet so your toes point straight to the back of the mat. That will also be really good for your lower back. Make fists. As you push your elbows down into the mat, shrug your shoulders to your ears and now lift your pelvis. Clasp your hands under you and now draw your arm bones, your upper shoulders under the body. Press down to lift up. Breathe here. If you spread and lift all your toes here, it's great practice for developing the arches of the feet and awareness, holding your feet steady so they don't turn out. This trains how to keep your legs working in a balanced manner, so you're not overworking your glutes or your thighs. You want your hamstrings in on the party too. Feel free to stay, or those who know wheel, place your hands by your ears, pull the arm bones back, then look down to go up. Press the floor away. Rock your heart a few times, forward and back. Did your feet turn out? Building attention and mindfulness, which is ultimately care for your body. Practice should build us a stronger vessel over time. We're not here in any way to get injured or to force our way through anything. Take your time, tuck your chin to your chest. Everybody come on down. Hug your knees to your chest. Rock a little side to side. Rock forward and back. See if you can get some momentum and then sit all the way up. Feet together, knees wide, Baddha Konasana. Walk your sitting bones back as you hold your feet. Do that a couple of times. You'll feel your thigh bones root. You're able to tip forward wherever you are. So maybe a little bit, maybe a lot. And then reach your heart away from your hips. If it's available, use your elbows to guide your thighs wide and downward, bowing your head, maybe close your eyes. This is a nice counter pose to widen the lower body after doing a back bend there. There's a science and an art to the progressive sequencing that we do here to support the biomechanics of the body. Press to rise, root to rise. Go wide, turn to the wide line of your sticky mat. Again, if you're rounded in your back or tighter in your legs, sit up higher, put a blanket under your seat. You can also always use your hands under your seat, pull back and wide. And if this is big, stay upright. If you can keep your legs rooting, your feet spreading and upright, not turning your feet, and come forward with joy, and do that. So you might come forward a little bit. Some of you might be able to put your elbows on the ground or put a block under your forehead. Some of you might walk your arms out. There's no bonus points here for being more flexible. It's really the evolution is learning to listen to your body. Listen to the intelligence of the body. Learn how to dance the edge respectfully, playfully. Ultimately, we want to nurture the body, let our life force come through. Let our energy really live on this sort of like surface, if you will, of willingness to dance with life, to touch the textures of life. Walk your hands in. Bend the knees. Bring your feet in. Wrap your arms around your shins. Close your eyes. Just give yourself a squeeze. Nice parasympathetic back to symmetry moment. And then relax on your back body for Shavasana. We just did a nice full rounded potpourri style practice there. And whether you're starting your day or ending your day, please don't skip this little moment here in Shavasana. Slow your breath. Rest your body. Be a sponge, absorb the shifting energies that you've just affected. Feel gratitude that you got on the mat today. You'll never regret getting on the mat. There will be days you will meet resistance, be tired, whatever it is. You will never regret getting on your mat. And some days you must listen. If you're really healing or your energy's low, you could do one of the restorative practices and come back to an active practice another day. We've created this to meet you in your life right where you are, to empower you to be your most vibrant, healthy, alive self, giving your light into this world. Embodied, present, and awake to the gift of each and every day. Stay as long as you can. Have a beautiful day, and we will see you again tomorrow. Namaste.